everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, it's a matchup with all-pro inside linebackers from 2016, as we'll see Bobby Wagner and Sean Lee.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D, as their guys will do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Dan Bailey's got it teed up, and here we go now from Arlington at AT&T Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They go play action here on first down. And some room to work. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and tied on their script, nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Open space inside the 10. And out of bounds all the way down at the 2-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Gotta love everything about that run, except for maybe a couple of things. You gotta wonder, do you fight a little harder to get into the end zone instead of going out at the 2-yard line? And I know one thing. The fantasy football guys, they are not too happy that he went out of bounds there.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Bailey now to kick this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard at the 29. Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished second. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought, was going to be the guy who got hurt early in the year, but they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
On second down, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And some room to roam now. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Fielded at the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They go to Elliott again. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey was really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
On second down, Wilson flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll make it third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third down, Wilson. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a third and about 5. Prescott. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. before the offense changes hands here. Let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game, and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sheldon Richardson with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Second down, Prescott. He'll set up the screen to Elliott. He's to the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Powers through. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the Cowboys offense coming back out there, and after the excitement of that 13-3 year, the NFC East title 2016, they fell back to earth in 2017. They still finished 9-7, but not what you expected from them.
No, the scoring differential was a big telltale about the difference between 2016 and 2017. They were plus 115 a season ago. Just plus 22 this year. That means tighter games can go either way, and not enough of them went in Dallas's win column in this past season.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A first down throw for Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good time.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Here's Carson, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's Wilson. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. On 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. Dancing to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Here's Wilson to throw on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Cowboys. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Looking downfield for Dez. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect. I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And they run with a backup. This is Thomas Rawls. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Shift together here from the D-line. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line. Just across the 25. Defense showing blitz. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit right near the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down following the run. Prescott to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, James Hanna. And now it's third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Play action now, Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll try to get the running game going with Rawls. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Now Wilson looking to throw on second down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Graham. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Red zone opportunity. First down, this is Rawls. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
And that is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Short boot, take it at the 21. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 1st and 10, Prescott being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
He's going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
He's showing blitz here. A give to Elliott running left. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 46 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Bailey now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe. An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham. Now Wilson on first down. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola. And then, of course, to Stanford. And, boy, he's been good. Again, Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a 9-yard pick. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now with Smith. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Time running out here on the play clock. It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. So the D-line's going to spread out. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The Cowboys on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. Throwing. Prescott sliding out of the pocket. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Forced out to his left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. On first down, Wilson got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. That throw good for 4. It's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing is Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Wilson now throwing on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now it's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. On 1st and 10, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tanner McAvoy from 10 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. Oh, I think the Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.